79% of Americans work for employers that offer 401k style retirement plans. But only 4 out of 10 with access to those plans actually invest in them. When I started working, our chief operations officer mentioned that they offer a 401k plan. And I was like, well, what is that? He said the 401k program was optional, but he strongly suggested that I participate in it. He said it's basically a retirement plan. So a portion of your paycheck goes into the investments that you actually choose from the offerings. It allows you to invest in a range of investments that are typically mutual funds. And in some cases, your employer will actually match a portion of that. What he should have said is, you'll be rich when you retire, because that would have worked for me. I think I was only making $35,000 a year anyway. So for me, it was like, I was in my JG Wentworth era and I was like, it's my money and I need it now. So I was a little bit concerned about allocating a portion of my check to this retirement plan, especially since I was only 23 years old at that point. But after having a bit more conversation with him, he convinced me to contribute at least the minimum to be able to get the company match. And I still didn't realize at that point, but that was like free money. They were matching up to 5% of my annual contribution. In 2023, the average company match for a 401k was 4.7%. When I did the math and I broke it down by paycheck to paycheck, I was like, okay, it's only like $77 a paycheck. And I had been poor before, so I knew how to survive with $77 less. So I was like, you know what, I'll just do it. And it didn't actually affect me because, again, it comes out of your paycheck before you get your money. So you don't really miss it eventually. I started contributing at age 23 and I contributed 5% of my salary. I started off making $35,000 a year. So that was $1,750 a year with a 5% match from my employer, which is an additional $1,750 a year. Year after year, I did the same thing, and as my income increased, the amount that was contributed to the 401k, both from myself and my employer, grew in proportion to the increases in my salary. What I learned after investing in my 401k for 15 years was the power of compound interest. Compound interest is interest on interest. So not only are you getting interest on the initial amount that you contributed, so in my case, that's $1,750 a year, you're also getting interest on the interest that those investments generate. Here's a really basic example of what compound interest looks like. If you invest $100 and it earns 5% interest each year, you'll have $105 at the end of the first year. But at the end of the second year, you'll have $110.25. So not only did you earn $5 on the initial $100, you also earned 25 cents on that $5 interest that you kept in there. Even though I started small, I started early. So I had the luxury of time being on my side. I know it doesn't sound like much at first, but trust me, it adds up over time. And this is why I'm so grateful that I had someone tell me to do this in my 20s, because I don't think that I would have done it otherwise, because I didn't really understand what it was. And apparently I'm not alone, because almost half of Americans that have access to 401ks don't even contribute to them. It would have been really easy as a 23-year-old to say, you know what, like, I'm not retiring till I'm 65 or 67, 70, who knows? But essentially I decided, you know what, if it's going to help me in my future, I want to be able to create a legacy and to be able to help take care of my family and to do something responsible that's going to help me have an easier retirement life. All right, hopefully you guys found this helpful. Stay tuned. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.